Great. And then I'll let other folks in as they join. Let me get our deck pulled up. And then, Scott, if you want to let her rip, I'll take it from you.
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for those on the call for being here. Um, we started the partnership with Locl back in the summertime after a lot of conversation through the kind of spring and through the summertime. And one of the things that we were most excited for is helping our partners improve their digital front door. So much of what happens for our SMBs happens in that Google space, right? And we all know how it happens. We all travel and we go to our phone and we say food near me, coffee near me, bike shop near me, whatever it is. And there are multiple listing services that have that information for you. And at times, the problem can be that information isn't accurate across those platforms. Your information on one may differ from the other. And there's not really a clear way to manage that in an efficient platform. And so Locl helps us do that. And why we're excited to get this on board is it's basically helping you improve that digital front door, especially as we head into the holiday shopping season. There's no cost to participate in the program as a Park City Chamber partner, jumping into the pilot with us. And so I'll turn it over to Kat. She can explain the details of the program, but there's a lot of benefits for you participating and really no downside for you to participate. Really, it's just a win-win-win for us all. So Kat will take it over and explain how the program works and how you can get on board and answer any questions. And then hopefully we'll see you all on the platform shortly.
Awesome. Thanks, Scott. Well, it's great to meet all of you. Good morning. And to everyone else that joined, appreciate you spending a little bit of your time with us this morning. As Scott mentioned, we're here to help your small businesses. I'm the director of customer success here at Locl. I wear a lot of hats, though. Obviously, I'm in this capacity, but I'm also on the other end of our success and support channels as well. I interface with all of our businesses on our platform. One of the best benefits of being on Locl and one of our key differentiators is if you need help or have questions about our platform, you are a quick chat away from a real life person. We are not going to send you a whole bunch of support articles. Instead, you will get one-on-one individualized support in whatever capacity that you need. So this program has been really great because we've had those pilot businesses on here and got our toes wet before officially launching this. But what is Locl? And why is it spelled like that? Did I pronounce it correctly? It is Locl, and we are here to help you optimize your Google business profile. And there is no Locl without a Google business profile. So in our agenda, I'm just going to cover really quick fundamentals of your Google business profile. While I wear a lot of hats, I am not Google, but I am experienced in this space and can help with some of the questions that you have there and getting started so that you can move onto our platform if you haven't taken those first few steps to get your business on Google Maps claimed and verified. Our key differentiators I will cover, and I think it makes more sense in a demo. So I'll demo on one of our Park City partner accounts, one of the businesses that I worked really closely with that helped pilot this. And I'll go into a few key features that help make us different if you're used to using Google natively. I think you're going to be super impressed by our platform, how easy it is to use. But I think one of the biggest things is that it's for all experience levels. You don't have to be a marketer to use Locl. If you are, fantastic, but you don't have to be. So it's really for anyone and everyone just looking to help their digital front door. So jumping right in, as Scott mentioned, our partnership with Park City, we launched a 2-year program in August, so we're still fairly new to Park City, which is great. In such a short span of time, we already have 59 participating businesses on our platform. And hopefully, if any of you are new, you'll be joining as well, and we'll get to ramp up those numbers. And then really quickly, again, just showing the difference in what we do and how we help. Using this example, and this is the partner account that I'll demo on as well, We break down your visibility score. So Google doesn't really tell you a whole lot. It's a pretty clunky system. And what makes Locl different is that we have a local score which translates to your online visibility. How visible is your Google business profile when people are searching for coffee near me, restaurants near me, places to stay in Park City? So, whenever you start a Locl account, you are given a baseline score. This is what your visibility is currently on Google Maps. As you can see here, I know the print is a little bit small, but this was in August. This is one of our pilot business who started it with us. And the scoring is built like a credit business bureau score, but if that gives you anxiety, just think of it as a health score. Red means you need severe attention. Yellow is we're getting there. Green is good. So that's really all you need to know about scoring. It's out of 850. You can see here there was a lot of room for opportunity when this business started with us, which was great. They were a perfect candidate for Locl. And a very, very short span of time. This is August to October. This is how much that scoring, that visibility scoring has increased. This business enrolled in our directory sync service, which I'll break into as well. But recent activity and foundational score as well increased. Really short period of time, which is what we aim to do. And our program and our platform is set up to help you see those increases really, really quickly. Breaking down into Google business profiles, why that matters. If you aren't on Google Maps, that's fine. I'm here to tell you should be. It is so important for you to be on Maps. If you never use Locl, please be on Maps. 77% of the time, Maps is used to search for a nearby business. I tell people, think about how you use Maps organically. I know I use it even just for where I live. Businesses are kind of popping up all the time. And I have some friends with like some dietary restrictions and with that have moved to different areas. So I'm always looking to see like what's close to them in terms of like coffee to go out for, or if we're going to go grab a bite to eat. So think about how you use it and also what matters to you when you are looking for a business. A Google business profile directly impacts your online visibility, those local search rankings, and customer trust. Super important that you're being found locally where people are searching. Near me is like the most important search still to date. So it's really important that if someone is searching for you in a near me capacity, your Google business profile is populating. And first impressions matter. Before a business or before a customer even goes to your website, they're usually looking at your Google Maps listing. When are you open? What do your pictures look like? What's on the menu? And what do your reviews look like? So it's really important that all of that business information is updated so that people can find you. And then lastly, probably my favorite part, it's free. It is free to be on Google Maps and it's super powerful. There is not a lot you can get in this world right now in this economy that is both free and both powerful. And a Google business profile listing is that. So it's really, really helpful because it is that no cost tool that shows measurable impact on your business's traffic, engagement, and revenue. So really important to be on Google Maps if you are not already, or if you've forgotten about it, because I do know it is easy to forget about, especially when you're running business operations, it can be forgotten about. That's okay. Locl's here to help. So if you are not on Google Maps, you do need to have a claimed and verified Google business profile before using Locl. I don't want people to get anxiety about this. Sometimes it can be intimidating. I promise the process is super easy. So what I did here is an example of a business that's close to me. So you can do this too on Maps. It's really, really easy. Look up your business location or your business name. And if it hasn't been claimed, you're going to see on Maps, there's a little key that you can click that says claim this business. Once you hit claim this business, this is going to pop up. Obviously, I didn't take over this business. I don't own it, but this is the prompts that you're going to follow to claim your location. Then you're going to hit manage now. It's going to take you to a verification process. The verification process, 99.9% of the time is going to be a video verification. A video verification is really easy. Again, don't overthink this. It's about a 35 to 45-second video, just proving you are who you say you are and your business is what it says it is. Google's just trying to legitimize you as a business. A couple helpful tips here if you do have to verify through a video verification, please talk. They're trying to make sure you're a legitimate business, and it's a quick video, but we see a lot of verifications or businesses have to re-verify, like they fail the verification process because they just record and don't say anything. So it's really important that you're talking like you're trying to prove to Google that you are who you are. So please communicate while you're recording. Hey, this is my business. This is my signage. This is the street that I'm located on. I am opening a door to my business with the keys that only an owner would have. Little things like that. Google won't tell you to talk, so I can tell you I have that come up often. But there are another few key things that you can include. Again, signage is super, super important. Where you're located helps a lot, right? You're trying to get on maps. So it's good to show the streets that you're at, surrounding areas as well, but don't overthink it. It doesn't need to be a 5-minute long video where you take them through like a cribs tour of your location. It can be really, really simple. They're just trying to verify that you are who you say you are and you do what you say you do. It's really quick, really easy. Please don't be intimidated like this. I don't want it to be a barrier for you guys to get on Google Maps. So the example that I pulled up here is for a physical storefront business. If you are a service business, and I like to compare this to like a plumber or an electrician, those can be on Google Maps too, right? We search for plumbers and electricians near me, or like the best plumbers and electricians near me typically. So very similar. You don't have to have a physical storefront to be on Google Maps. The process is a little bit different. You just need to open up your Google account and then go to my business, my Google Business Profile Manager. And from there, you follow the same verification prompts, and it'll take you to a video as well. Again, you'll want to have signage somewhere, even though you aren't a physical storefront. So whether that be your car, if you're servicing something, or paperwork, things like that. So still the same process, but you don't have to have a physical storefront. So if you're like, if only I had a brick and mortar, I could be on Google Maps, don't worry. Service area businesses are a business type you can select on Google. And once you're getting your business set up, it will ask you, like, do you service customers or do they come to you? So that's how you make that delineation. So a couple of quick tips on how to do that. But you should be on Google. I promise it's really, really easy. Now that we're on Google, what is the different differentiators between Google Maps and using Locl? If you're on Google Maps and maybe you have been using Google natively and you're thinking, well, I got this great system down, why would I use Locl? Well, one, it's free. So that's always helpful, right? Like Scott said, there's no loss to this. You only gain. But what's really special about Locl, and again, I'll break this down further in our demo, but a few key features. We have a comprehensive suite of tools designed to enhance and streamline your Google business profile. Manual handling is like really, really clunky. There really isn't a lot of prompts to tell you what to do or like what actions to take. You're just sort of left to your own devices and like maybe Googling how to optimize your Google business profile. Locl takes the guesswork out of that. In that, we help with that increased visibility, customer engagement, and then ultimately business growth, right? If people can find you, they'll come spend money there. So a few key things that we offer that's different than Google. Enhanced security. So Google allows users to suggest edits to your Google business profile. You guys might have seen it if you've ever been Googling something. It's a little pencil icon and it'll say suggest an edit. You can click that and suggest an edit to hours, address. Usually those are like the two big things. And if Google deems those changes as trustworthy, it will push those through to your Google business profile. What our profile lock feature within Locl does is it monitors your listing and prevents those unwanted changes from happening. So it detects them and then reverts those changes so it keeps the integrity of your Google business profile, ultimately locking it down so Locl is your source of truth. If you've never experienced any of those changes, that's great. I don't want to say that you will or any of it's malicious. We have seen an increase in changes now with Google AI ramping up. But if you have a concern, right, it's just an insurance policy. Makes Locl your source of truth, and prevents those changes from happening. We also offer extended analytics and insights. Google will only offer about a 6 month data look back, where Locl offers over 18 months worth of data. Just gives you deeper insights into your profile's performance over time. And what's really helpful is you can always look at the year over year comparison, which I think is really, really helpful for businesses, whether you're open seasonally or throughout the year, if you have promotions going on. Helpful to see that over time. And once you get on Locl and things start to pick up, it's really great to see how that is trending with your consumer actions as well. Another piece here is our social media integration. So with Locl, you can schedule and publish and automatically through AutoPilot, post directly to your Google business profile, Facebook, Instagram, and most recently, LinkedIn as well. And that's all through Locl. So it's your single platform for those pieces of managing your social profiles. Keeps consistent branding and engagement across your platforms, makes life easier. I do socials too. It is really tedious logging in and out, copying and pasting content to each social channel that you need to post to. We make it easy for you. Just go in and connect any of the accounts that you use. Maybe you're really focused on Instagram and you see a lot of lead gen come from that. Maybe not so much from Facebook. That's fine. Connect what works for you. All of them are available. And then I mentioned AutoPilot. So AutoPilot is our AI solution. And what's really cool about AutoPilot is it helps automate all of the required tasks needed to keep your Google business profile visible with very minimal effort. She works in the background so you can focus on what matters most, running your business. That's what I'm going to demo on today so you guys can see it in action. And I know that there is some apprehension around AI. Totally understand. We'll work through that. What's really cool is AutoPilot was constructed with some, apprehensions in mind. You have oversight over everything AutoPilot does. So you won't enroll in AutoPilot through Locl and a computer is going to take over your Google business profile. That's not the case at all. We have ramp up periods. And again, you have oversight over all the tasks AutoPilot does. So we'll go into that during the demo. And then again, I had talked about Locl being really easy to use. That was how it was built. We have comprehensive support and a user-friendly interface. We made sure that even if you weren't a marketer, it's simple to use. And we have those clear task recommendations or activities to help boost your online visibility and your link to a real person, right? I am your support person. I am your point of contact here. I can help you if you have any questions. If you've ever submitted a Google support ticket, it can be like sending something out into the void and you don't hear back for days at a time. We have a support queue here to help you manage your Google business profile and your Locl account. And response times are typically same business day. So I take a lot of pride in making sure that we set you guys up for success and that you're getting the best value out of our platform. And again, I'm going to harp on it because it's really important. It's free. It's really, really important. There's really no downside to getting on our platform and using it. So how do you get started? For anyone who is on that has not yet signed up, we have a QR code. I did test it, should go to the right place. If you would prefer the link, I've linked the link in as well. This brings you to the Park City sign-in page. It's really, really important you use the sign-in page. That's how you get free access. You want to make sure you're on the Park City sign-in page. What's also really cool is with the pilot businesses that we started with, they provided some really beautiful testimonials about how much Locl has helped them and how much they've liked our platform. So if you're still not totally convinced, just check out the sign-in page. We got some really cool quotes from the businesses that are on our platform and are actively using it now. You could be the next one. And that's what we're here for. Enrollment is super easy. Once you get there, it's going to say create my free Locl account. You create your free Locl account and then connect your Google business profile. So I do tell people it is really easy, but you do have to remember one, the Gmail your Google business profile is connected to, and two, the password to that Gmail. And if it's been a while, that's great. I'm glad we're revisiting this because it's important to have that, and it probably means that you haven't been too focused on your Google business profile. But it's as easy as that. You'll see a prompt that allows local permissions. It can be a little bit intimidating. Those are just Google's rules. We have to use that language. That just allows Locl to make updates to your Google business profile. Again, we aren't going to do anything crazy. We have to show that prompt to allow permissions, and then you're in. You can enroll in AutoPilot to start optimizing your Google business profile right away. Super easy, should take about 2 minutes. Like I said, I think the longest part of that onboarding process is remembering that password to that Gmail account or which Gmail account your Google business profile is connected to. Any questions before I launch into the demo? And you're welcome to use the chat too. I'll monitor that as well. Awesome. Well, we can jump into a demo, guys. I'll pause here. If you have a Locl account, I do encourage you to get it pulled up and follow along with me. I think that that's super helpful. I'll try to keep this as interactive as possible. I will pause for questions, but I do talk fast. I live and breathe in this platform, so I move a little quick. So apologies for that. If you need me to slow down, just say slow down. I have the chat pulled up. So I can monitor that. And then let me get our demo account pulled up here. And we'll walk through the platform and all of our cool features. All right, let me get this chat box open. Cool. All right. So this is one of our pilot businesses that we had here. This was the scoring that I showed you when we kicked off our deck. You can see here that score change over time and starting on Locl, enrolling in AutoPilot, and then enrolling in directory sync as well. Really, really cool. That score change is there for you all the time. As more time progresses, you can look at this month, last 90 days, last 6 months, last 12 months. It's really good to see that. Scores fluctuate, and we know that. So we show those fluctuations over time. And then that correlates with your overall business score. So again, this is your visibility score. This is how visible you are online when people are searching for you. Broken up into 3 compartments. We have our foundational score. This is foundational core business information, address, name, phone number. That's all going to be within your foundational score. Recent activity is the recency of how things were done. How recently have you been reviewed? How recently have you responded to those reviews? How recently have you posted an update? How recently have you posted fresh content? That all goes into recent activity. Directory score. This one's really cool. This is an add-on service through our partnership with Park City. You don't need it to participate in the program, but I do like to talk about it. It is available to you guys. It is essentially what Directory Sync does is it takes your business listing information and automatically synchronizes it across 50 top directories. Uber, Waze, MapQuest, Bing, Apple. So that you don't have to create those citations or directories. The words are interchangeable manually. Again, it's an add-on service. We do discount it through our partnership with Park City. It is $99 annually to automatically take that listing information and synchronize it across those directories. Within those 12 months, what you do get is unlimited syncs or unlimited updates. So let's say your hours change, right? We're right ahead of the holiday season. abbreviated hours, store closures. What's great about directory sync is not only is your business listing information across all of these directories, and Google loves prominence, and you're visible where anyone is searching for you, but all your information is accurate. All of us have gone to a restaurant or a business that said it was open and gotten there and it was closed and it was sad. So directory sync helps out with that. It is available to you, but those are the three different components that build up your overall business score. Off to the side here, here's what AutoPilot has scheduled. So we have a lot of posts going out, and then here's everything AutoPilot has completed. Business description, posts, and then this will kind of keep going. Response to reviews, all of the activities are here. What is really cool about AutoPilot, which I mentioned, is you have full oversight. So not only do you have this dashboard to track what AutoPilot is doing, but you get an email about all these activities too. The email is going to say, hey, I have this post scheduled for 11:14. Here's what it says. Here's the image that I have taken for this. If you have any edits or want to cancel this, let me know. That's the email that you get. So it's not going to do anything without your awareness, which is how it was constructed to be. And then as those actions are taken, you'll be able to see that score change over time as well. Right before the beginning of a new month, that's usually when everything sort of resets. So it's really cool to look at stuff then. Any questions about your overall dashboard? And then I can get into some key features.
Hey, Kat. Can you
Mm-hmm.
hear me? Oh, great.
I sure
Um,
can.
in in the recent activity score and foundational GBP score, at the bottom it says enroll location to improve score.
Yes.
Does that mean that my location isn't enrolled in this system yet?
You might be enrolled. It just does that, and then it links you to your managed location page just to make sure you're enrolled in AutoPilot.
Oh, okay.
So if you aren't seeing a box checked here for AutoPilot, you're not, but I can double check it afterwards if you would like me to.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll take a look at it right now.
Cool. All right. All right, let's get into some features. So, what's really cool about AutoPilot is photos and videos. We know how important photos and videos are. It's what people see, and we're visual creatures, which is why we're doing a demo on this, right? We love to see lots of really good pictures that illustrate what your business offers. What can be really difficult and time consuming for businesses is to remember to log in each month to upload new photos. Again, very time consuming. The way that we built out AutoPilot was if you have a ton of photos, and usually businesses do, you have a big old folder that's just kind of collecting dust. What you can do is bulk upload all of those photos to AutoPilot, and it will schedule out batches of photos to be uploaded to your Google Business profile monthly without you doing anything. You can see here our default is 5 photos per upload per month. You can change this. It could be 3, it could be 10, it depends on how much content you have. But as you schedule that out, it will continue each month to publish those photos out to your Google Business profile. So you can see here, we got some photos in for November, October, and I know we haven't been on the platform that long, so I can't go back that far. But here are some of those other photos. The goal here is, and I know this can kind of be intimidating, is to get at least 100 photos uploaded to your Google Business profile. 100 is Google's happy place. It like loves to see that much, but it's kind of like an Instagram or a Facebook in the sense of there's never enough. Like you can always upload fresh content. And then Autumn, I saw your question here that when uploading, you couldn't find a way to rearrange the order of your photos. And is there a way to do that? It's a great question. There's not. What you can do is, so the most recent photos will always show up first. you can, if you have like old content, you can always come in. They'll import into Locl as well, right? Like we have some stuff that's imported prior to this business being on Locl. So all of your photos will show up within here. If you have like old content, old something that you want to get rid of, you can always come in and delete. So we do offer the ability, right? We can just come in and delete. I'm not going to do it, but yeah. But you can come in and delete if that's the reason for your reordering. But it will prioritize last upload first. One of the other things that we can do within here too is you can set your cover photo and your logo photo. So I have folks ask about that too. If they're trying to like bury a picture, like maybe someone else posted a photo and you're kind of trying to bury it. I was helping my realtor out who had taken a picture of their building, but it was like a parking garage. And she was like, why is that the first picture people see? So we can bury it with a cover photo and a logo photo too. But as far as reordering once that's happened, there isn't a way to do that in Google or within Locl. So hope that helps answer your question. Okay. And then photos not only are important, right, to display what your business does, and we're visual creatures and love to see pictures of what you're offering, but it's super important because it feeds into posts. So AutoPilot indexes your photos and videos tab, takes those pictures, and this is how it automatically creates those posts to go out to your Google business profile. In this example, we have Instagram connected and Facebook connected, not LinkedIn yet. But here's a perfect example of what those other social channels, once they're connected within Locl, will look like. Here is what AutoPilot has put together. So this would be the email that you got saying, hi, it's me, AutoPilot. I've scheduled these posts for you this week. Here's a picture that I've used. Here's the text. You can always come in and edit a photo. You can edit texts. You can look at the schedule. We post once a week. That's what Google's algorithm likes. Once you toggle on other social channels, once you've connected those accounts, it stays toggled on. And then if you ever need to edit something, this is the tab. It will pop open. If I don't like this picture, I can swap out a picture. If I would like to add in a different description, I can do that. What I do want to say is that some folks are like, I would never say, like, this isn't my tone of voice, which is fine. We get it. That's totally okay. This gets you 90% there. You don't have to go in and manually craft a post. If all you're doing is changing a photo or a description, you're almost already there. And it does hold you accountable to remember to post each week, which is really helpful. So if you're like, I don't like what it says, that's fine. Just change it. It's all good. We've already gotten you, that percent there. So you don't have to worry about doing it, which is really, really helpful. And then going back, what you can do if you're like, well, this is evergreen content, right? And it will be, it indexes your Google business profile, your website, and it does look at your pictures too. So it knows what picture it's using. It could be a door, it could be a beverage in this case. So it's looking at that information too. So it's never going to have like some crazy description with a photo that doesn't match. It looks at that information as well. And if you're like, well, this is great, this is all a whole bunch of evergreen content. I want to do something, I want to promote something and offer an event that I'm having. You can always come in and create a post manually as well. Really easy. You can pick which channels you want it to go out to. We have some people that love to use this too, just to post to their other socials. So they don't have to go in and out of like Meta Business Suite, then go into LinkedIn, and then go into, right, it's all in Locl. And it's the same process. You just pick what kind of post it is, right? I made an example as an event. You can just pick those event start and end times, and it does show up on your Google business profile. It looks really nice. And then you add in your description. And then what's really cool is like, let's say you're running an event for the whole month of November and you kind of want this post to show up once a week for the whole month of November. You can hit schedule post. You can pick which date you want it to publish. And then what's also really cool is we have a recurrence toggle. So you can say, oh, I want that to post weekly for the next 4 weeks. That's when I'm running my event. So you can get that set up. Or what's really cool too is maybe not an event, maybe you have some other evergreen content that you want to promote. You can set up a custom schedule for recurring posts, or you can do it for forever. Like maybe it's a weekly post that you want people to know about always. You can set it up to be a forever recurrence too. So really, really cool. Again, so AutoPilot will come in and do weekly evergreen posting about your business, indexing that the photos and videos tab from your Google business profile, but you also have flexibility to create manual posts as well. What's also really cool about Autopilot is we have hours changes. So if you update the business hours of your location, a standalone post gets created for hours changes. Just tells your prospective customers, hey, we've updated hours, please check those. We also do a five-star review post. Really cool. It's a standalone post. Once you get a five-star review, Autopilot detects it automatically. And I had an example pulled up here of one for this business. Here's one of the five-star review posts, and this is the same sort of image that you'll get. But what's really cool is if you get multiple five-star reviews, which I'm sure everyone's business does, you can come in and you can select which ones you want to highlight. So we defaulted to this one, right? There's like a lot of really good words in here too. So it picks the last one. I would have used this one too. But you can come in and maybe someone said something a little bit different. You want to highlight that in this post. You can pick which one you want that text to say here. And then it shows when that customer review was received. So really cool. Like I said, it comes across as a standalone post, just says, hooray, we got a five-star review. Looks really cool to your audience. And again, builds that trust with your customer base. All right, posts usually get a lot of questions. So I'm going to pause here. Are there any questions about posts, what posts do, functionality within our post dashboard? Okay, great. You guys are
Sorry,
pros.
Kat.
No worries, Carly. What you got for me?
Um, Stories, can you post to Instagram stories on this, or does it just do like regular posts?
Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten that question yet. That's a good one. We don't do posts to stories. It will just be posts to your main profile.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's a great question. I'm gonna see. I will see if we can do that though. That'd be cool. And that's great. We're always collecting feedback to enhance. So I'll have to bring that up in our next product call. All right. Moving on to reputation reviews. Everyone loves to talk about these. So reputation tab houses all of your reviews. We default to the last 90 days. So if you come in here and you're like, oh my gosh, I have 500 reviews and I can only see 6, it's just the date range picker. I don't want anyone to panic. It's a little hidden when you first get in here. So just wanted to give everyone a heads up about that. We do sort by star review too, so you can always come in and look at every review by star rating. And then we don't have any scheduled autopilot review responses, but autopilot will detect a new review immediately. And then in 4 days, it will publish a response. Similar to posts and all other activities, you'll get an email saying, hello, you've gotten a new review. I'm here to schedule a review response. This is what it says. You have the ability to edit, cancel, or let it do its thing, and it will publish in 4 days. So, what I know Polly is doing for her location is she comes in and edits all of these. And we see this happen with a lot of small businesses is I like help a tour guide operator who like loves that Locl sends him the notifications that he's gotten a new review because he doesn't always get them from Google. And he'll come in and he'll respond to them personally. He's a tour guide, like he is meeting his customers face to face, driving them around. So it's really important to him that he personally responds to all of those reviews. That ability is available to you as well. You can toggle publishing on and off for any of these autopilot features. So if you would prefer to respond to your reviews manually, you can either leave it on and then edit those responses so that you know that you're getting notification that you've received them, or you can turn it off, pop into Locl once a week, every couple of weeks, and make sure that you have the review responses there. And then what's also really cool is if you know that you need reviews and you're like, it's so hard, and I get it, we have a lot of small businesses that struggle to do that. You can copy either here or here, copy review request link. I'll do this one. It'll say link copied. And what you can do is share this URL in real time with other customers that are coming into your business. And then I'll show you an example of what that looks like. So this is what I copied. Boom, brings me to me, right? And I can leave a 5-star review and share my experience. So really cool if you have customers that you're servicing at point of sale. This is usually when we ask people to share those reviews or review links to leave a review. But that pretty much covers reviews. Like I said, AutoPilot, I know that there's always questions about like what AutoPilot says. We try to make AutoPilot as personal and friendly as possible. And it does respond based off star level as well. 5-star review, it's going to be, first name, thanks for your experience. And we do incorporate keywords from their reviews as well. A perfect example is we talked about like yummy snacks, great gifts. So AutoPilot will use those words within its review response so that it helps automatically with search engine optimization. 1-star reviews, it responds to as well and does encourage that customer to reach back out to the business to make things right. I do say to everyone, please don't ignore 1 or 2-star reviews or not respond to them. It's a reviewer always has the ability to go back and update their review rating. So it's an opportunity. I know sometimes that you get some like spam ones, that's different. But if someone had a bad experience, they do have the ability to update that. So we do encourage business owners to respond to those so that they can make it right, so that people can get those updated. But that's pretty much reviews. It's pretty straightforward. Any questions about our reputation tab? Okay. Let's get into some meat and potatoes of our foundational stuff. I like this. If you guys have ever used Google natively, she's real clunky. Our platform makes it so easy to do updates to your Google business profile. You just come to manage locations, hit edit, and this is where all of your foundational Google business profile information is going to be housed. AutoPilot each month crafts a keyword-rich business description based off of your top search key terms from the previous month. Google, again, is a really hungry algorithm. It likes to see you as a business interacting with your customers. That could be photos, that could be review responses. It's also business descriptions. It's often forgotten about in this example, and we see this happen a ton. Well, you'll be setting up your Google business profile and it'll say, enter a business description, and you'll be like, oh, well, it's a convenience store and we have non-alcoholic spirits. That's all it would say. While all of that information is true, there's so much room for opportunity in your business description. You can really incorporate some good key search terms. We've also used it for like other businesses that maybe have like abbreviated hours. Like maybe on Fridays, your location is by appointment only. It's really easy to put in your business description, hey, Fridays by appointment only, so people know. It's often forgotten about, and AutoPilot is here to make sure that that doesn't happen. So we do that each month. And then business hours are here. We talked about special hours. We always load in US bank holidays. So those will be available to you. But let's say like you're closing for like a company holiday, or you have a plumber coming by and your business is going to be closed in the afternoon. You can come in and have add new date. And it's really, really simple just to add in an abbreviated schedule for those changes as well. And then some other key points are our categories. You have to have a primary category to claim and verify your Google Business Profile. AutoPilot generates additional categories based off of that primary category in your website. Not all of these will fit, but it's super, super important. Google's a little bit stringent and compartmentalized in which categories you can select. And I work closely with Polly on this one and how difficult it was because she's a convenience store, but she offers all of these other things. Lots of businesses tell me this. Additional categories is where you can go in and sort of expand. Here we offer like some other options, but Google's always like updating these categories. We're in an evolving world, so Google loves to update their additional categories too. You can add up to 8 so long as it fits your business. But I do recommend that you come in, search what your business is. Like if there's a keyword, we have like a lot of hotels that are on our platform. So I would come in and maybe look at like hotels and if I have an extended stay, something like that. There are a lot of options, like super specific stuff in here. So I do encourage people to come in, take a look, see if something fits. If it fits your business, add it as an additional category. It only expands and widens your net for your customer base and what people are searching for. Addresses within here, if that fits you. Adding a service area. I can't encourage this enough for businesses either. Whether you're a service area business or have a physical storefront, you service an area, right? Service area goes within here. It's really hard to find in Google natively. I'm talking to Park City, so it's really easy for me just to do this, right? You service Park City. I'm not as familiar with the area, so I'm going to leave all of the other counties and regions up to you guys. What the rule is with the service area business radius is you can select up to 20 locations as long as it is within a 2-hour drive of your location. So feel free to expand to neighboring towns or cities so long as people can get to your location within a 2-hour drive. Those are Google's rules. But we've talked about searches near me come up a million times. One, you want to make sure you have a service area included within Locl, within your Google Business Profile. So when people are searching for stuff near me, you're within that service radius and Google can see that. Rest of your information, this is just sort of like plug and chug, right? Website information, phone number, and then any other online profiles and contact info. Different things will populate here if you have a different business type. If you are a restaurant, you will get a menu link, and appointment links, let's say like a physical therapist, for example. So some of this might change depending on your business. So do take a look. Place an order link. This is like a perfect example. This may be applicable to your business. You may not see it if it's not. So good to just come in here and check. And then attributes and services. This is really, really handy, right? We see this when we Google stuff too, as far as like business types, what you identify as the services that you offer, types of accessibility, amenities that you have, parking, which is always like my favorite. That's within here as well. And then when you come down to services, this is going to be where you added those categories. And while you have a convenience store, you can add in what other services you offer or boutique. What does that mean, right? We know that this business offers like gifts, local gifts. I would add that in as like a service that I offer to customers. So while Google's categories are really rigid, you can come in and add services under those categories to help with that search engine optimization. Really, really important you're adding those services underneath those categories so that people know what specifically you're searching for because every business is different. Convenience store is such a broad category. What does convenience store mean? I know that this particular business offers a whole bunch of NA beers and mixers. That's what I would include under convenience store. It's super easy to come in and just add a custom service. And you can just type it in and hit save. And then it'll populate. When people are searching for your services or your products, they'll be able to find it. Really helpful for search engine optimization. Any questions about like this core setup?
Pat, do you recommend like this being the number one priority when you're setting up your account? Or like there's obviously a lot to set up in here. This seems to be kind of like the core basic information. Is this kind of where you would go first?
I would go here first. You want to make sure that this information is accurate, especially if you haven't been paying attention for a while, but just to confirm, right? It lays everything out really cleanly. So I would come here first, make sure all of your information is accurate within here, and then next step, upload fresh photos. Those are the two things you should knock out.
Perfect, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And I know we're coming up on time, so I'm going to zip through this real quick. Within your Manage Locations tab is Profile Lock, which we talked about. It's really easy. You just toggle it on, it locks your profile. Down here, you can see if any sort of changes attempted, Locl will show that activity, what was in Locl, and then the change that was prevented. So again, if you have this toggled on, it makes Locl your single point of truth. So if you forget and like try to make changes in Google natively, Locl will block those changes. That's my only caveat. Please remember that if you have profile lock on, it will also block the changes that you're making. So Locl is your single point of truth. Really, really important for just keeping the integrity of your profile, but also once you click it on, make sure to log into Locl to make changes. Okay. Connected accounts is where you can connect your socials. We have Instagram within here, Facebook, and then LinkedIn as well. Same sort of prompts as you would go through to link your Google Business profile to, which is here as well, to your local account. It's just going to ask permissions, ask your password, get you logged in. You hit allow. That's how you link them. And then lastly, our Google Business Performance tab. This is where all of our data lives. I'm not going to go through all of it because I know we're short on time, but here's where you can see that year over year and then previous period comparison. Our date range picker is up here. It always defaults to the previous month. You can look at last year, last 2 years, 60 days. You can choose a specific date range you want to look at. And then within here, we have our visibility, how consumers found you, whether that was on Google Maps within the native app or browser searches, on desktop versus mobile, and then what are the top search terms for that date range too? How are people finding your business? What words are they using? So that all lives within here. Really good data to come in and take a look at. This is totally exportable if you ever want to share it. And then one last piece right above Google Business Profile Performance is everyone's like, okay, I've got my account set up, I've uploaded photos, and my score still needs help, Kat. What do I do? Come to your Visibility Score tab, and then you're going to click on View Score, and then you're going to scroll here to the bottom, and it says, what is impacting your local visibility score? Within the last 30 days, these are different activities that are impacting those different buckets. And each of them are organized: directory score, foundational score, recent activity. As you take action, you'll see which points are awarded with that. If you're like, I still haven't gotten my visibility score up, what else do I need to do? This is your cheat sheet. You can always come here and take a look. We saw that those categories didn't have services listed, so we're missing points for that, right? We looked at that together. Social profiles, this is nominal scoring. If you're not using Facebook, you don't have to connect it. I'm using this as an example, right? So we know that a few of these social profiles are connected, so that's why we're seeing the yellow score here. And then we talked about we really want 100 plus photos. We don't have 100 plus photos uploaded for your Google business profile, so those are the points attributed with that. We're getting pictures uploaded, right? There's two different buckets for pictures. So we also got 60 points because photos were published on November 4th. So as you're taking activity and taking action on your Google business profile, you can see those score changes over time. If you're not sure where to go, because like Carly said, I came in, I went to manage locations, got everything set up, got photos uploaded. Now what? Come into here. Your visibility score tab hosts all of that information. And if you're like, okay, well, I still don't know where to go from here, Kat, you can pop open this cute little chat box in the corner here. I am available to you. This is how you can get a hold of me. This just routes a ticket to me. So you just have to identify what you're having problems with. It comes to our support queue. I am right on the other side. I usually respond within 1 business day. I am happy to help with any setup questions that you have, anything about Locl. If you have questions about your Google business profile, I can help with that as well. We are an evergreen solution. We're here to help you. We want to make sure that you get the best value out of our services. Chat box, always here for you. So I'm going to leave up some support documents as we round this out, how you can continue getting a hold of us, because while our time here is short, Locl's still here for you. Follow us on LinkedIn. We've been using LinkedIn to share like feature updates. They happen frequently. We're an evolving tech company at our core, so future enhancements are always coming out. And if you have feedback about future enhancements, maybe posting stories to Instagram, great call out. Really good to follow us on LinkedIn. That's usually our first form of communication for feature updates. Again, use that chat box, submit a ticket to me. It just helps me stay organized. That's all. That's why we asked for the ticket queue. Or you can always email us. And if I've convinced you again that you need a Locl account, here's that QR code. That's all in terms of my demo and my presentation. Thanks for staying on a couple minutes late for us. I'll continue to leave the chat up and the call open in case anyone has any questions.
Thank you, Kat.
Thanks, Scott.
Hey, Kat, this might be outside of your wheelhouse, so let me know. But we are a new company that it is a new build in a previously green field, and Google Maps hasn't updated their satellite images in a while, so they're not like registering our driveway to our building.
Oh,
Is there like a way to like get them to prioritize that, or because right now my pin is like out in on the street so that people know where to turn, but it looks
yeah.
like you're just turning into an empty field on Google Maps.
Okay, so question, um is your mailing address that green field? Like, are you receiving mail at that location yet?
No, we don't receive mail there. We have a PO box, so it's just the physical location.
Okay, this one's going to be tricky. That's what I was asking. So Google won't accept a PO box, which
Yeah.
you might have already run into.
Hmm.
So you will need maps to update. I'm going to see, I can look at how quickly it, like satellite will update for like a physical location drop pin, because I do know that similar to like Apple Maps, it kind of uses like crowdsourcing to let people, like when you're driving and it says there's a hazard on the road, like it's a similar
Mm.
concept. So let me take a look at some of our Google support articles to see if we could like push out an update, like expedite that process. you're in the right place and asking the right questions. It's that postal zip code and then correct that like van coming around to like legitimize that that's a physical location.
Hmm.
But let me take a look at that. Let me jot down. I can follow up with you separately after I've looked into that,
Awesome.
so
Thank you.
that we can get that up there. Yeah, I know. Well, exciting news for you. Happy new business. We'll get you on
Thank
Google
you.
Maps.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. Thanks so much for jumping on and asking so many questions. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this was really helpful. Thank you.
Great.
Hey, Kat, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up, Josh?
So I wanted to inquire, is local to Park City, or can this be used if we have businesses in other cities?
Sorry, you're cutting out a little bit. So this program is specific to Park City, and then I lost the rest of it.
Okay, if we have businesses in other cities, then local.
Let's connect about that. Local is obviously offered separately. So if you're trying to set up something outside of Park City, you can connect with me and we'll get that set up on your account separate from Park City. But this is specific to Park City businesses.
Pat, on uploading photos, is there like a Google preferred ratio of how many photos versus videos, or I guess just generally how many videos you should upload as well?
Great question. It like honestly doesn't matter.
Okay.
If I always think like what is going to portray your business best. So if like pictures make more sense, right? We were looking at like a convenience store. So products, they wanted pictures of their products. But I've also worked with like tour guides and they drive around to like vineyards and go to these like really beautiful places. So like videos make more sense to like better portray what they're offering customers.
Mhm.
Google doesn't care whether it's a video or a photo. It just cares how frequently you're interacting with your customers and that you have that fresh content. That being said, for autopilot posts, we'll only use photos. We don't have the ability to use videos to create posts. So
Gotcha.
I lean heavier on photos just so we have more content to index.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Bye. Good to meet you all.